something to hold on to. Can't be in this love without you. Come and save me like you used to. Give me something, give me something. Oh, I need you. Give me something, give me something. Oh, I need you. Give me something to hold on to. Give me something to hold on to. Oh, I need you. Give me something, give me something. Oh, I need you. Give me something to hold on to. Don't say goodbye. Now that I found you, love in your eyes, never seems so cold. Trying to survive in this moment without you. Oh, give me something to hold on to. Can't be in this love without you. Come and save me like you used to. Yeah. Give me something, give me something. Give me something, give me something. Give me something to hold on to. Oh, I need you. Give me something, give me something. Oh, I need you. Give me something to hold on.
Morning, everyone. Hope everyone is having a good summer. I've missed you guys. I've been gone for a few weeks, but I'm sure you guys have held down the fort and had riveting meetings while I was gone.
It was very good.
Very
They
good.
were-
They were.
very good.
Was it the whole summer, Kelly?
It seemed like it. Oh my gosh, and the meetings were so good. We had a lot of participation
Best
and.
ever. Best
Mhm,
ever.
mhm.
Let's talk about what's going on this week. Austin has a class tomorrow.
Yeah, we're going into opportunities. So for those who are familiar with the layout of commands, the next option or next applet is opportunities that we're going to be going over, which is a very important one. So if you're hesitant or if you haven't done a transaction opportunities before, this is a great one to go into, but we will be tapping into the other portion of opportunities that a lot of people gloss over with checklists and how you can manage all your transaction to-dos, like through your listings and buyers through the whole process from start to finish. And so we're going to go over that, how to set that up, templates. We have like a checklist template on our website that you can use as a guide, and I'll kind of go over all of that. It's good stuff.
I love it.
Cool.
Okay, wait, no, before you go, I just wanted to make an announcement. For
Oh,
those who
okay.
have not heard, Austin is going to be leaving our staff to be a full-time agent here soon.
Yeah.
So we're happy, sad for him. We're happy for him to spread his wings. We're sad because he's such a good agent services and tech trainer. So
you.
with that being said, if you know of anyone who'd be interested or be a good replacement to fill
Yeah.
your shoes.
Yeah.
What are the requirements for the position?
The requirements are, the main components are being
Good,
the
good luck.
concierge for our agents, right? You're the go-to person for all things, right? And then really being tech savvy, understanding command, even if you don't know all the answers to command, knowing where to direct people to. So the tech, you do have to be tech savvy and also willing to help our agents. So
But most of all, heartbeat would be great.
yes.
A heartbeat.
I'm sorry. You're
Yeah,
right
yeah,
there.
yeah.
I didn't realize you're still standing here.
Something, yeah.
I thought you were over there.
As long as you can stand up. Yeah.
We're gonna miss you.
Thanks.
And Boston's not leaving us.
Well, I know, but I'm not
I
gonna
just
see
wanted to
him.
put it out there
Yeah.
because a lot of times the best people come from our own agents.
But we get
so.
to see him every morning.
Yeah.
We'll still get to see you.
His cup of
And-
sunshine.
And I'll be here. Yeah. And I'm going to stay I'm going to be on a team. Right. So I'm not, all the way out. Like I'll still be here. I have a lot to learn.
How
on the
at all?
transaction
You're
side.
still,
Yeah.
you're just,
You're just part of the family.
I'll still probably get texts, be like, how do you do this? So I'll still be.
okay. I'll ask you, how can we
Exactly.
help you?
Yeah, we'll text you. We'll be texting you.
Mhm.
Yes, okay. But if you do have anyone in mind or are interested or know someone who might be interested, reach out to Sydney or I for more information about that position. And then on Thursday, we have a really big class happening. So we partnered with Lawyers Title. It's 2 hours of CE credits, hosted by our very own Dwight. Real Estate to a Rich Life. Do you want to talk about it?
Yes, so we changed the name from Rich to Rich Life. I was never quite comfortable with Rich.
Mhm.
Rich is, I think it's totally overused, but a rich life is really what can happen if you can increase your income. And so I'm going to be taking kind of the financial approach to doing this, which is to really understand the financial side of how you do this, because I found in my life that that's where people, even my investment partners over the years, have the least understanding. And so, I'm going to talk about amortization, time value of money, future value. We're going to do future value calculations so you can see what happens to growing money, how money grows. And then what happens with depreciation and then exchanges. I have exchange examples and reverse exchanges to talk about. So, really it's kind of a technical version of buying real estate and growing your wealth. So if you're up for that, come. I don't know anyone else that's doing this. Like KW put out their own, they don't even talk about any of this. And so I feel like, wow, like I felt like all along I had an advantage because I knew these things from studying, my classes and whatnot, so I could figure it out. So anyway,
So it could be a great class.
yeah, it's really good. I think it's going to be fun.
Lunch is provided. You do need to register. There's a Lawyer's Title link. And you can invite people from, other brokerages or anywhere, right? Because a lot of people would want to learn how to invest in real
Yeah,
estate.
2 hour credit.
Austin,
You can go to.
you can't leave us. We don't.
On our website. I need to change it. It used to be called, I can't talk about that.
Used to
Yeah.
be called Picnic.
Yeah, it used to be called Real Estate to Riches. And while they're gone, they changed it to Real Estate to
A rich life.
Real Estate to a Rich Life. So I'll be changing that, but it'll stay in link. You just go ahead and click on this and you can register for it on the homepage.
And you can invite people just by emailing that link out.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's open. We can
Mhm.
lift the doors up and fill the room. So
Mhm.
invite whoever you think might benefit from.
So click on it and then take this URL and send it out.
But and 2 CE credit hours. So
Mhm. And lunch
and lunch provided.
And-
by Lawyer's Title.
and actual great
And-
information.
Great information.
Yeah, in my career, I've not seen anyone teach this kind of approach to owning real estate. So it's probably worth it. I think.
Dwight's
it's worth it.
and
We're
Dwight's
taking Dwight's class
Dwight's
worldwide.
modest. He won't tell you he's built a fabulous life for himself through real estate and through stuff like this. So
A very rich life.
Yeah.
A rich life surrounded by good people
Yes. Okay.
and great kids.
We have a really exciting week. So that's Thursday. And then on Friday is our company picnic. So hopefully we will see all of you guys there with your family, significant other, kids, neighbors' kids, any kids, whatever. It will be so much fun. It's at Langdon Farms. There's music. We have a face painter for kids. There's yard games and drinks and food and all kinds of fun. So 5 to 8. It's about, without traffic, it's like 12 minutes south of here. So we'll hit a little traffic, but it should be a really good time
it's be
to
great.
come together.
Last year was really fun, and I think this is getting better video. So it'll be
Yeah,
great.
Laura just told me last night that our picnic last year was her favorite Keller Williams event ever. I was, oh, I love that. So hope to see you there. If you can register just for head count purposes, but even if you don't, you can still show up.
Right now, let's do the numbers. 152 people.
Whoa.
So
Whoa.
with family, you guys, family, right?
On Zoom, 152 people have RSVP'd as well. No.
No, I think he's out of town.
He's out of town.
He's out of town.
He's
He's
at-
at- yeah, oh, go ahead. I was gonna say, he's at because Tony is the president of PMAR right now and the president of NARAB, which is for Black real estate agents. And so he is at their national conference right now. That's in, I believe, Detroit.
I think you're right.
Yeah,
But we are gonna have scotch and cigar tasting this September.
Dwight just
I've been
dropped that
talking
on the
about it
fly.
for years
That-
and then
That's
COVID
not
happened.
planned, but we will.
Yes,
But now we are having that in September at Dwight's house.
we could do it.
Okay, and then we have some Keller Williams events we want to talk about that are back to back to each other. So there's the KW Commercial Summit in Austin, which is August 11th through 13th. So far from our office, Ramona's going, Dwight's going, Cameron's going, maybe Grace is going. We were just talking about it. If you're interested or have questions, reach out to any one of us. But we went last year. Kelly and I both went with Dwight last year, and it was so good. Such good information. Just the level for our commercial agents. It really is beneficial to get in the room with some of these high producing commercial agents. And just for me and Kelly, we want to be able to support our
Mhm.
commercial agents better. So that's why we went, just to learn more. And
But if I was selling commercial.
it's
I'd be
much
down. I'd be down.
different than, it's much different than just like, oh, this building happens to have a business in it versus somebody living in it. There's
Mhm.
so much more to it.
Yeah,
So
a lot more.
it was very eye opening. And I would say if you're a commercial agent and you can swing it, like it's a
You should
great
absolutely go.
opportunity just to, and to see the infrastructure of KW commercial, right? And just
Mhm.
what that looks like.
Mhm.
So that is August 11th through the 13th in Austin. Then you get a 1-day break, and then Mega Camp is the 15th and the 16th in Austin, Texas. So Mega Agent Camp is for anyone who wants to collaborate, learn, grow your business. I'll be there. Rochelle Newmeyer's gonna be there. Noah Kirschbaum just told me he's going. So I saw Cricket actually RSVP'd, so we'll see. But it's a really good time. There will be lots of breakouts, collaboration. So again, if you have questions, reach out to any of us. And this is only 2 days. So family reunion is a little bit longer in February. And so just as you're kind of thinking about what big KW events to attend, and you can, this one, there's this one in Austin in August. And then in February, there'll be family reunion in Las Vegas. So anything to add on that?
Gosh, we spoke a lot about it
Mhm.
last
We
week.
did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, then move on. We don't need to talk about it anymore. Broker Bucks is still happening. So if you refer an agent and they come in for a meeting, even if they don't join, you'll get a $200 referral as a thank you. We want to grow our business with good people, like-minded, so,
And grow your downline.
and grow your downline for profit shares.
I got a $240 check. I just got notice of yesterday and for my downline.
Sweet. I got $400 this month. It's
You did?
exciting, yeah.
Wow.
We're in, right? It's back, right? It was hard when the market was a little bit rougher, right? It's all based on the market center profitability and the profitability of people in your downline. But now you can see it's ramping back up, right? So there's also some big, did you guys talk about it all, the IALC proposed changes?
No,
At
we
Mega
did.
Camp?
Go ahead.
Okay, let's talk about that. So at Mega Camp, there's gonna be an IALC vote, which is the International ALC, which is like our board of directors. And their vote, there's a proposal on the table, a couple of them that will affect profit share and basically take all the money that is going to people who have left Keller Williams and are at competitors and just put 95% of that money back into the pool that goes to the agents that are here. So it doesn't go back to the market center. So that just means like in the same exact scenario, that money would be distributed to you guys. So profit share should, assuming that passes, which I would think it will, it should
Become more
be,
lucrative.
it should be a lot more lucrative for the people who are here
Mhm.
truly being advocates of the business.
Mhm.
So
Didn't they say it was about 40 million a year?
yeah, I think it was $30 million last year
Yeah.
with profit shared out to agents who are directly competing with Keller Williams.
That's after somebody that's in profit share, they move on to. different company.
Yes.
Like my person who's above me, I don't know where she is now.
Yeah.
She's no longer paid up.
Mhm.
So it takes her profit share money.
Yeah, 95% of it. That's like the loophole. If somebody retires you still get it. So it's not that, it's only if you leave for a competitor.
Of the upline.
They haven't explained exactly how it's gonna filter down, but I assume it will be, that difference will go both ways.
It'll go back out to our agents. So like on any given month, let's just like use a really easy example. If we have like $10,000 that would be distributed out for profit share, instead of like 60% of that going to agents who aren't even here, that would all be back in dispersed to our agents. So it really like it actually goes back to our agents. So it's pretty cool. So we should see some significant increases in profit share, assuming that passes, and timelines and all of that.
Seems like it's gonna
Details.
pass.
Seems like
The
it's
tea
gonna
leaves
pass.
look like it's passing.
It's because, and the sentiment of profit share is to grow. We want to grow our business, and we want people advocating for our business because they believe in what we're doing, right? And so giving the money to like people who are competing isn't really ever what the sentiment was intended to be.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyways, same sentiment, right? We want to grow with good people. So you guys know who's good out there, and not good in production, good in like integrity and energy
Take
and
care of the clients.
mindset.
Mhm.
Right. We want a good reputation
Mhm.
as a brokerage, right? We don't want to be, that's enough of that. Okay, moving on. We have one of our favorites. Patrick, come up here. So Patrick Tolbert, they've been a longtime partner of ours with Amerispec inspections, and they just had some exciting changes. And
Go ahead.
dun, 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 we have a graphic showing it. Same Patrick,
Yes.
new name of the company.
Same spec.
Same, still rhymes, so you don't tell everyone about Verispec
Sure.
and why you changed.
So same team, new name. To make a long story short, Amerispec was a franchise. It got acquired by a private equity company and sold off for parts.
Mm.
And so myself, along with many other owners, took that as an opportunity to rebrand. And so I'm still your favorite inspector. I, of course, can still do residential, commercial, sewer, radon, and all the et ceteras. So this is the first office I've made the announcement for. We did a soft launch roughly a month ago. Everything's still been transitioning over, but I'm still here for you guys. I'm still committed to Keller Williams PP, and that's really it.
We love it. You are still our favorite inspector. Now, is Verispec a franchise, or is it just all you guys?
You?
I am the mind behind the name and the logo and all the things.
Wow,
Yeah.
big time. So,
Since you're here, what's the top little slope? Is that commercial?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So this is actually a kind of a different version of the same logo, but we do residential, commercial, and then all the environmental things. And so, yes.
oh, I love it. Okay,
Yeah.
how do people book? Call you,
Sure.
email you, go to
So-
the website?
It's still the same phone number. The website is verispec.co. There's a big graphic right in the middle. It says schedule online. So it's the same online scheduler, the same reports. Nothing really is different other than it's a different website. We did send out a mass notification email about a month ago. And I've learned that only 10% of people received it. So for those of you who maybe did not know, I will be attempting to resend and reach out to those people. Ring the bell.
Yeah,
But in our office, we find it how, Austin?
You can go, which I haven't added it to the website yet, but you can go to KDP agents up to resources. And you can scroll down to local vendors and businesses, which is right here. And you'll just see that it's Amerispec changed. Amerispec.
Yep.
You'll be
So
able to
that's-
go here.
That phone number will still work. That's still my email. So again, I'm still pretty easy to find and get a hold of. And I will apologize. I was supposed to be here last week. I
You can just-
misunderstood the assignment on last Tuesday morning. I was expecting for the Waldman James group, actually.
I was saying we can just blame Austin. That's what we do. But just kidding. You put your clients first. That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, so we don't have to remember the new name. We just go into our
Yeah.
KWPP agents and boom, it's
And
easy.
we're happy for you. And I like my new Verispec cup.
Yes.
I'm gonna be rocking.
I'll be bringing some more fun swag and gifts and stuff.
Sweet.
So
Are you gonna come to the picnic? with your
I'm going to try.
family? Okay,
I've been-
Yeah, yeah.
I've
bring
been-
the family
I'll
of
see
yours.
what he's at. He actually is diametrically opposed to Langdon Farms. So
Oh, this is true. He would be. Yeah, he would be. Okay, that makes sense.
We're not golfing, we're just eating and drinking.
well, I'll tell you, I broke his heart because my son is doing a golf camp at Langdon Farms
Oh.
this week. And well, he did 3 golf camps. So one of them was at one of my dad's courses. So anyway.
So let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Who doesn't
Sure.
know? Before Patrick took over the company, his dad Gordon was around a lot doing the
Yep,
company, but
so me
he's
and my
also.
old man, we
focused-
started it together. But he also has his own side business where he operates golf courses. Lucky him. But a year and a half ago, I bought him out of the business. And so he just focuses on his golf course at Stone Creek in Oregon City if you're a golfer.
We had the women's
And it
Council of
is-
Realtors golf tournament. there,
It's a
and it was
superior
lovely.
layout too, Langdon, by the way. I mean,
I
Langdon's
think it's a
great,
pretty
but,
good course.
but I like the
Yeah.
layout better.
He's also a member at Willamette Valley, which is in Canby.
Mhm.
And so he spends most of his days, or at least 3 out of 5 days a week golfing. So lucky
Good for him.
And we originally did this agreement with your dad and then he slipped you in the night.
Yeah,
Said, oh, here's my son.
yes.
Just
So-
kidding. We like you the best.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll see you at the picnic. If not, go Verispec. We're happy for you.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Nice.
Hey, what's next? Kevin Willis, our very own. So from our ALC, Kevin is our Agent Advocacy Committee Chair. And for those who don't know what the ALC.
Yeah.
About it.
Oh, I love it. You gotta come over here so the people on Zoom can
Yeah,
see
here,
you.
I'll pick my speaker.
You got a clicker? For me?
Right.
What happens? Which way do I go?
Down is,
Well, let's just start, Kelly, will you, oh yeah.
What do we do?
I was gonna say, make sure Kevin's on. See, like, the people at home have to see your beautiful face. What the heck is that? First of all, the ALC, it's our Agent Leadership Council. It's like our board of directors and it's leaders within our office. Help make decisions for our office. We meet once a month and look through our financials. We talk about how we can help our agents and they each chair a different committee. And Kevin's committee is Agent Advocacy, which is helping our agents, and we're excited to have you present.
So my first slide was, does anybody know what the ALC is? But thank you. No.
Well, now you're. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So we're gonna skip that. No. So just an introduction about myself. I'm from Corvallis, Oregon. Does anybody know where Corvallis is? Yeah, it's a wonderful college town. I was raised there. If any of you have to go down there, I'm sorry. It's not great. I've been a realtor for about 10 years in November. And in those 10 years, I've been at 6 different brokerages in 10 years. How
Until
many
you found home,
until I found home? Can anybody beat that? Does anybody have more than 6?
That's pretty good.
Yeah, okay. So 6 in 10 years. So I've learned quite a bit about big brokerages and small brokerages. And I gotta say, I was not a Keller Williams person. Never have been. I am almost like an independent agent person, like independent agency or brokerages, until I actually got here. And then I started drinking the Kool-Aid. And as you see, I'm right here, sitting right here.
He was like, I'm not drinking that Kool-Aid.
I don't,
I'm not.
I don't drink. So, but I drink some Kool-Aid. And unfortunately, I'm right here next to Corinne, which fortunately, I have a wife, Chrislyn. She's right there. And my 3 kids, Reggie, Clemmy, and Teddy. I have 3 kids under the age of 4. So
Good champion.
it is a nightmare at my house.
I remember that.
Actually, this morning I left and my 8-month-old was like, I was like, bye, Teddy. And he goes. So I melted. I melted. I live in Happy Valley, so I make the commute every day. Does anybody else live in Happy Valley? Ish. Where are you? Are you in Clackamas? Lens? That's not close to Happy Valley. That's like saying I'm real close to the Portland Pickles. No, that's true. That's okay.
It's teased.
And where did Verispec go?
Oh, he snuck out the back.
Okay, I gotta make friends with him because I
Yes.
play as much golf as my wife allows me to play. And it's usually at Stone Creek because that's where I'm at. So can we get some free Golf?
Probably.
Okay,
Yeah,
Great.
maybe a giveaway.
yeah, let's just give it to Kevin. All right.
Agent advocate, not Kevin advocate. You can go.
Hey, you know what? There's perks to being in government, right? Okay, and also we played in the Women's Council of Realtors golf
We
tournament
love that.
and we won.
They did.
That is
Okay.
actually true.
So what is the ALC? Thank you very much, Kareen. You stole this slide from me, but really it's the agent, she calls it the, what do you call it? The board?
The board of directors, essentially.
Okay, so really it's us against management. That's really what it is. The way that I look at it is, no offense to Dwight. Ownership sometimes is not involved in day-to-day transactions. And what's going on with you guys? Like, I have an example later on, but like the problems you run into on a regular basis that maybe you're not willing to take to Kelly, or there's some changes that need to take place and you guys are like, man, I wish this was different. That's where we come in. And especially as the agent advocate, I'm the son of a defense attorney. So authority, to me, I really like to kick back on it. We'll get back to that. But so my job, I feel like, is when you guys have a problem, and not everybody can go to Dwight, not everybody can go to Kareen, because not everybody feels like they can. And you guys sometimes as agents feel like, well, it's just me. Nobody else has this problem. Everybody else has that problem, really. Because I mean, if you're thinking it, a lot of people are talking about it, and not a lot of people are willing to be like, hey, Kareen, this sucks. We need to change it. I have no problem doing that.
Yeah.
Okay. Like I said, 6 brokerages in 10 years. No.
Can I tell you a funny story really quick? I gotta chime in one funny story. When I was telling Kevin all the great things about Keller Williams, and I'm like, showing him these, why are you giving me all these papers? Do people like getting all these papers? And I was like, well, yeah, a lot of people do. But it was great. Good feedback. I like your feedback, right? Not everyone shoots me so straight. Consolidated paper.
So this is who makes up the ALC. Does anybody met Kay Grunning? Okay,
Mhm.
she's wonderful. She's in charge of growth. Beth Caster, diversity. Cameron Schwab, commercial. So if you have a commercial problem, go to him, and he can take it to her, and then yell at Dwight because it's his son. Me, career development, Rochelle Niemeyer. She does a great job about like social media and all that stuff. So if you guys have not taken a class from her, I would really recommend it. She is awesome with what she does. And then finance, Mark Schultz. Is that how I say it? Schultz?
Yeah.
Scholes. He's okay too. I mean, he's good. So back to 6 brokerages in 10 years. So when I was in my career, when I was young in my career, I started out at a company with a balloon. Apparently I'm not supposed to tell the name anymore, but no, it's Remax. And I was told like, we're gonna get all these bells and whistles and it's gonna be awesome and blah, 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 blah. And as a new agent, I was just like, oh, well, what am I supposed to do? Or when something comes up, when I feel like something is wrong here, who do I go to? And so I didn't know anybody, and I didn't know really anything that the things that like bothered me, I didn't know where I could go to. And then I was at, I moved up to Portland, and I went to a little company. It was about 30 agents. And then they like randomly just like, he came to me, he said, hey, we're going to take 5 agents and we're going to go to this other brokerage. Like, we're just going to shut down. And I was like, great. So we went to another company. And then we were at that company for maybe 6 months, and things were just like not what we were promised. And then we ended up at Premier Property Group, and that was a crap show. So if anybody else has been there, I'll just be honest, like there was a lot of weird stuff that happened there. And then sorry, you want to hear? I'll tell you all the stories if you want to hear it. And then that same group of people, it was about 6 or 7 of us. We ended up at a place called Next Home, and we were there for probably 3 years. But the problem with Next Home was it was little. It was only 7 or 8 of us, and everybody knew everything about everybody. And so like when we were all when we were complaining, you know, you would hear everybody would just be involved, right? And so, like I said, I'm not a Keller Williams Kool-Aid drinker. Like I never thought that I'd be here. I actually really like it here. And the reason I'm on the ALC is because I think there's room to change, and I would rather have you here because I've known what it's like to be at other places. And here, like, we can make change in the culture and in the people because we actually do have management and ownership that is receptive to change and to make things better and believes that the industry can be better. I also believe the industry can be better. So here are some of my goals. Really, I want to make a place where you guys can come to me and make change. Like when something is happening, I want to know about it so that, like I said, I don't care if Dwight's mad at me or if Kareen's mad at me. We've been in some fun meetings. Like I am not,
This is true.
when we come back from the ALC and I talk to my wife, she's like, were you nice today? Like, and I said, that's not my job. My job is not to be nice sometimes. Oh, and two, I think a big problem with our industry right now is education. Like I said, I've been at big ones, I've been at small ones. Education has always been a problem because we bring in bad speakers and not people that want to come in, that you don't want to come and listen to, that don't bring real value. So I want to know from you guys, like, what brings you value? What's going on? What's your pain point? So that we can bring a speaker in and we can talk about that. We can figure it out. We can help you go down that path. So education, so provide education opportunities to make our office and our industry as a whole better. Like I said, I'm the son of a defense attorney. So every day was a negotiation for me. I woke up, I started negotiating. It was fun. I love it. But I also learned what it means to advocate for people. And so when I got on the council, agent advocacy, it made sense to me because I've seen that all day, every day of my life. So advocacy is a public support for recommendation of a particular cause or policy. Like I said, if there's a policy or a change that needs to be taking place, come to me. How do you do that? I'll give you my phone number and my email, but we need to figure out a way to get that to like a complaint line. And I'm okay with that. I'll listen to complaints all day. Also, one of the things that I learned that has helped me in business is confidentiality was like my family's creed. Like you heard things and it was like, you cannot say this ever again. And I learned to take that to heart. And also it comes to this, it comes to the ALC. When things happen, we don't talk about it. It's confidential. When it comes to me, it's confidential. And like I said, I would rather have you here helping us than at a different brokerage going through the same things and sitting and stewing and just being like, this is terrible. I'm in the same spot. Let's go to more where I'm not going to pay anything, but not going to get any. Can I not say that? Are we broadcast? Are they watching?
This is great.
Okay.
Keep going.
So how do I intend to accomplish these goals? First of all, you need to know who I am, that I exist. I'm Kevan Willis. I exist. I'm here. I'm the agent advocacy in the ALC. And this is my phone number and my email address. If you want it, if you take it down, we can send it out. I was just thinking about maybe we can put it in the KWPP resources, like a complaint that just comes to me, something like that. Okay.
We'll call them recommendations.
I was just gonna choose that word from complaint, like feedback.
I like the complaint line. We can call it the Kareen Dwight complaint line.
Suggestions.
How to better yourself.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so this is an early and a pretty simple one. So I had an agent come to me and she was looking at her transaction summary. Do you remember this? So she was looking at her transaction summary and she just looked at it and she thought like, why am I seeing like 50 cents taken out or this and this? You know, no one ever feels like they want to be nickeled and dimed, right? Because at the end of the day, like for them and Robbie, I'm sure that there's like an accounting part that needs to go onto here. But as an agent, you just want to see, here's my commission, here's what, you know, my wrap was or whatever it's called here, and here's what I get, right? At least that's where we came from. And they came to me and they said, this is how I feel. I feel like I'm getting nickeled and dimed and I don't know what to do about it. And it's really a cause of contention. And I came to Corrine, kicked the door open,
Yeah.
and I said, Sydney, record this because we need to make change. No. And we had a conversation and change happened.
Mhm.
It's really simple. It was just a simple line that needed to be changed or, whatever it was, but it got changed. And like I said, it goes back to, I'd rather have you here because we can make change with leadership. Leadership is open and wants you to be here as well.
Mhm. We
Uh,
can add that.
yeah.
So yeah, it was just to be, I want to give everyone a little more like specificity around that. It was our monthly billing that we used to charge a credit card fee. And I mean, there were some other like line items, and I was happy to hear what Kevin brought to me. And I was like, you know what, that is kind of silly. So we removed the credit card fee earlier this year because of that, and just consolidated some other things.
You're welcome, guys. No, I do it for the fame.
It's real. This is a real example. Yes.
And then another example is we had a CE a couple months ago, and Kelly brought me to the office and said, what did you think of this? And I told him, and I don't think that guy's presenting anymore, will he? He's not allowed back. Okay. So I'm here to listen and to help in any way that I can. And the last thing I want to talk about is KWPP Cares. Does anybody know what this is? You know what KWPP Cares is? Okay, so it tags along with KW Cares. Does anybody know what KW Cares is? Only person. What's your name? You're the winner. All right. All right. So KWPP Cares tags along with KW Cares. It's a little bit different. KW Cares is the international one.
Yeah.
The national, international version of this. KWPP Cares is for here. It affects here. So there is a fund that you can donate to, and it goes to, it just is here to help the agents that have been here. So if there's a time of crisis, a time of need, something will come to us as a council and we talk about it. And usually it comes from somebody who it is not the person in crisis. It's usually from a friend, another agent, whatever it is. And so that'll come to us. Corrine presents it to us, and we have a pretty vibrant discussion about what that need goes to. So if you want to donate to KWPP Cares, which stays here in our office, you have to contact Robbie. There's not just a box for it like there is for KW Cares. The other thing that I really like about this is KW Cares has an income or an asset requirement. So you have to be below this asset line. There's other really arduous steps to jump through to qualify for KW Cares. For KWPP Cares, we do have some guidelines that guide our conversations, but there is no, do you have this? Do you like, we make the decision and then a check goes out.
Much more quickly.
Much more quickly. So if you want to donate to this, you have to contact Robbie. You can make this a reoccurring thing. But I think this right here is a big passion point for me because I've seen it actually work in our office where I've never seen KW Cares. I haven't been here long enough to see it actually in work, but this affects the people next to you and you never know they're going through it. And like I said, back to confidentiality, no one's ever going to know that you got a check for it or what happened, whatever, whoever did this. I wish that I had examples of this, but I'm not going to share them. So any questions? All right.
Hey, Kevin, just for you, for others, KW Cares, the international one, has vans, like dozen vans. And when there's a crisis, i.e. floods in the south or
Natural
tornadoes,
disasters. Yeah, they're great.
they load them up and they all go to wherever the KW offices are in that region that generally were destroyed or flooded or something. And then all the KW agents rally around the state and come in from out of state. And we did that for What's that?
Mega camp.
Yeah, we did that in lieu of Mega Camp. We went down to help the flooding victims.
That's
I don't know how many of us went, 25
I
maybe?
I wasn't there, but like you went, Amanda, there were quite a few, and you guys were actually physically like removing.
Yeah.
really drywall.
Yeah, we were literally, no, I happened to be, ended up getting assigned to the warehouse to divert where things were going, but I know my associate Chris was, they're there. Was pulling things out of houses, the flooded houses, they're pulling things out to the street, right? So, and we haven't really presented that to the office, but it's probably a good thing that you bring that up, because I think we need to probably make a little more awareness about what they do.
Yeah,
I mean, they
and
spent
both are great, like
25 million on that flood. Can't even
Right.
cares.
for natural disasters and things like that of, like, they're amazing and they, bring in the forces. And KWPP Cares is a nice local addition because it is kind of different purposes, different timeframes, different needs, so. Kevin, thank you so much. I had no idea this would be such a good heartwarming
What did you think was gonna
presentation.
happen?
I don't know. I don't know, when it's 6 brokerages in 10 years on the first slide, I was like, where are we going with this? I don't know, where are we going?
My wife
Um,
asked me if I was nice today.
Oh my gosh, thank you. And go to Kevin for all complaints. We do accept positive feedback as well.
I don't need.
Okay, so to wrap us up, Ramona, come up here. Ramona Locken, our commercial managing director, also has a great deal of experience coaching all types of agents, residential, commercial. So she's going to tell us a little bit about her coaching program. Look at all those happy people.
Look at those happy people. Yeah, yeah. Stock photos are great, but you know what? They do represent different people I've coached in the past. So
Yes.
yeah. One thing I am known, like, okay, so that was a great presentation. I just have to say, I did not want to drink the Kool-Aid either. I fought it for a long time. I did start at the Balloon as well for like 10 years. And many, many years ago, came to Keller Williams. I live in Vancouver, have always worked in Portland. That's where I started as an Oregon agent, and then Vancouver. And so there was a point where after that downturn of the market, I always had a coach, and it helped me, and then also helped my clients and help a lot of people through that downturn of the market. And I was like, wow, this is really cool. I love this coaching thing. And I started coaching other agents who I thought were going to throw themselves out the window. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm glad we're in a 1-story building, because like it was scary. And so I put a lot of time and effort to be a coach, and went to our leaders at the company I was with and said, hey, we need to do this. We need to help, and they said, oh, that's not our model. By then Keller Williams was in town for a couple of years, and they weren't an option when I first started in real estate way back then. And the leaders where I was said, that's not us. If you want to do that, you have to go to and drink the Kool-Aid at that other company. And I was like, okay, that seems to be where the cool kids were anyway. So here I am.
Yeah.
And yeah. Yeah. So I love everything that you said, because it does. I too, from that, I have started a brokerage, recruited a ton of agents. I've talked to, I don't even know, like across the nation, probably thousands of agents by this point. And you can go, like, agents will leave. Oftentimes we hear they leave for money. They're like, oh, I don't like that 50-cent fee. So they get pulled into another low cost brokerage or whatever brokerage and find out that there's no support. And the biggest choice, the thing I tell agents, I know you do too, the best choice you can make of the company you choose is a culture that you're dying into. And this culture is like, you guys, this is like one of the best offices ever. Like,
Oh, this is a good
it's
heartwarming
like,
meeting
seriously,
today.
like there's our protocol, right?
Right? Yeah.
It's like, I wanted to like throw up some amens and yay what he was saying, because it's also so what does all that have to do with where we're at? Well, we are also in another weird shift of a market. Like, it's high interest rates, home prices are kind of holding steady, low inventory, a lot going on. And the constant that I've seen in over 22 years, how did that happen? Is markets like external changes are always going to be there. Markets are going to rise up, markets are going to go down. Like shift is always happening. And so how does that impact your business, and how are you being a success? You know, and back to your comment about living a life, like being rich, having a rich life, right? That's what it's about. And in the core of meeting with hundreds of agents, coaching, being in leadership, it's easy to look at the external, like there's all these bold laws, like we're right. Don't judge your insides by what you see on other people's outside. And we live in a perception-based industry. You look at what other people do and you think, oh gosh, like if I do that, then I'll be successful. When really it starts with being successful on the inside and how you approach life. And that leads to the success that you want in your business and your life and your family. Because how you do one thing is how you do everything. So that's what I poured myself into. I have this Keys to Success. I started this program, gosh, 5 or 6 years ago, maybe more now. And so we're going to start this program in the office for agents. I've pulled it back in. I do have several agents that I coach outside Keller Williams. But I don't know, I kind of pulled it back in because I really want to be intentional with this office and this group of agents. And so I'm bringing that and modifying it and combining it with the really amazing tools that we have from Keller Williams. Like, so I'm chugging the Kool-Aid now because they give a lot to help you be successful. And it's not just in your career, it's in your life. So I love that. So I made a flyer and he has this cool way of making it look like it's a
I love
so I have these flyers. I was gonna do a really cool like QR code that leads to a website, that leads to a funnel, that leads, because like the tech side of it. But anyway, when you think of being a successful agent, what is the one thing that comes to your mind?
Selling lots of real estate.
Selling lots of real estate. Yeah. When you're interviewing agents, do you, like, so many times I hear this, do you get agents that say, oh, I'm doing it's not about the money. Not about the, yeah. Which is true, because we have values that are outside the money. Dwight even changed the name of his class to take the focus off money, but about how to have a rich life. Because those values are what are inner core that will help drive you so that you do the daily activities that lead about money. So no, it's not about money, yet money isn't evil. Like it's
right.
It shouldn't be this evil conversation.
Right. It's okay to want to make money and have a successful, rich life.
Yeah, because it is the number one way you can make a difference in this world is through your time is limited. There's only 24 hours a day that you have. Right. But the amount of money that you can make within those 24 hours and how you leverage your time can be hugely impactful out in the world with whatever cause, whatever thing, and how you want to show up in the world to make a difference. And so that being successful is very personal to what that looks like to you. And so the 4 steps, I don't have it up here, but the 4 steps that we go through the course and help is, first of all, the first step is you're going to declutter your business. So you're going to look at, where are you at now? Like, where have my transactions come from? Where am I finding business? Who am I talking to? How am I spending my time? How much time am I really working on my business and in my business? What are my finances? What do they really look like, both personally and business? So we're going to declutter all of that. And then you're going to set a goal for what you want, starting with the end in mind. Where do I want to go with my business? What does that look like at the end of this year? What does it look like in 5 years? What does it look like for retirement? And so once you have that, then you start thinking of abundance. And that comes from That comes from gratitude. Almost forgot.
Mhm.
What is that word? So you want to approach things with a grateful heart, and that impacts how you approach something. So we talk a lot about mindset over mechanics. You know, we can see agents who, two different agents will go out and they'll do, say, the same open house that weekend, or go on a listing appointment.
Mhm.
And the mindset that you bring into those different activities impact the results that you have out of it. So if you go in very begrudgingly,
Mhm.
open houses are stupid, I'm never going to get anything out of this. What's the likelihood that you're going to get a client from that open house?
Mhm.
Yeah, not very good. But if you go in and you go, you know what, this is going to be a great open house. I'm going to do social media posts. I'm going to talk to all the neighbors. I'm going to greet everybody as I come in. I've got my game plan together. What are your results going to be?
Positive.
Usually positive. Yeah, something will come out of it. So that's what we look at your mindset around thing, and we start with gratitude. So declutter, set a plan, be grateful, and then take inspired action. So sometimes we hear the big things that happens, like, oh, I just sold this, mega house for $18 million. Like, oh, that's awesome. But the success happens in the small moments, day to day. And those little moments, that's your particular activator. That's oh, I should pick up the phone and call somebody, or gosh, I haven't talked to that past client in like 3 years. I should, and then you push it off and you don't take the action. But we're going to help you take those little actions that add up to big results.
Mhm.
So that's the keys to success. We're going to meet once a week. It's going to be in person here at the office. Did we say Thursdays?
Thursday's not a good day.
No,
Oh.
for your first four.
First four
We said after this meeting.
after the meeting.
And I
Okay,
cleared
so
it with Mark.
and that works good.
Yeah.
Okay, so
for
we're
the
going to
next
start.
4 weeks, you're gonna be right after this meeting.
Okay, so this is cool. So starting next week after Tuesday, and we'll send an email out to the office for this. So it'll become like the introductory first 4 weeks. And it's a 4-week session that I've taught. It's real cool because I've taught this in brokerages across the United States. So, and it's a VIP series. It'll be like a little bit of an introduction to what the Keys to Success program is. So it's a VIP personal branding. You're going to come in and we're going to go through those 4 steps that I just went over. And you're going to identify what your strengths are, who you are as an agent, what sets you apart different than anybody else in this room, and how you can utilize the KW tools to enhance who you are. And then you're going to put together a plan for how you can get in contact with your database, your client, like your client path. And then the last week of that is one of my fun weeks I love, because there's a lot of money mindset talk. So that last week, we're going to get into your money story, how you view money, what your relationship is, how the choices that you make. So that'll be
4
we'll do
weeks.
4
starting
weeks.
next
Yeah.
week?
So
Okay.
we'll do that complimentary just to get you started, get you in, get you going. And then the Keys to Success program, there is a fee for that, but we've made it very, very affordable for you. So there's a small monthly fee for this of $200, and then a small fee out of each check for your first. I think there's like a cap, and we'll send out fees, or we'll send out information for what that is.
Mhm.
So I'm really excited to get this
So
going.
Yes,
the
but
next
just to
4
clarify,
weeks,
It will be
that's
complimentary.
open to everyone.
Open
and
to everybody.
complimentary.
Yes.
And then the coaching that you're talking about is the separate program that is one-on-one or small groups or whatever.
It's small group. The Keys to Success is a group coaching program that will meet once a week as a group. There'll be weekly homework that goes with it. There's a private Facebook page to go in and pop in and ask questions. So there's support with that. That's already active in there. So you can collaborate with other agents who are, thinking about that. And then there's twice a month, you can have time with me personally, one-on-one, to evaluate where your business is. What are you struggling with? What are you looking for? So
yeah. So for those looking for a coach, or maybe just thinking about it, this can be a great opportunity. But regardless, everyone should join in the next 4 weeks of just
Yeah.
chance to just kind of reevaluate where you're at, where you're going.
This is a good month for
Accountability.
reflection.
Yeah,
yeah,
so
yeah.
beginning, and just to recap that, it's gonna be directly following this meeting on Tuesdays.
Yeah, starting next week, yeah. The one thing I have to say about keys to success, this is best for agents who've gone through Ignite, who've gone through, you've been in business, at least a year or two. Because the thing, I'm not gonna go, and it's not a training class. So we're not gonna talk about, here's a sell agreement, or here's a contract, or this is how you do an open house. It's best if you've already gone through that and know how to, and you've been an agent, and so you can really evaluate, this is where my business is now, and this is how I need to up level to get to where I want to be.
I love it.
Yeah, and so the beauty of August is, the temptation is to go on vacation because it's so beautiful, but this is 1 hour. It's on Tuesdays. You can enjoy the weekends. You can enjoy the rest of the week. And the goal is to basically tee you up for the fall, which prepares you for next year. So this is kind of your advanced reconnaissance of yourself and your business, right?
Yeah, you'll have, there's, yeah, I charge $497 for this class.
Normally, when you go to other offices and teach it.
Yeah, per person. And at the end of it, you'll have a buyer path or a client path. You'll have your branding in place. So like who you are, what you stand for. You'll have a sheet done that you could take to a graphic designer and say, create me a logo. Because we think of our brand, we think of a logo, but a logo is a representative of your brand. And your brand is a promise of an experience. So you will go through all of that during the class in August.
Okay, I love it. So normally it's
So-
$500 basically a person, and we're
Yeah.
doing it complimentary.
For
And
this
do
office,
people need
yes.
to sign up? Or to just show up?
I think, do you think, have them sign up?
Sign up. We'll make
Yeah.
a link, we'll create a link and we'll
Okay.
include it in the newsletter maybe this week.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's
Yeah,
exciting,
okay.
Ramona. We
Yeah.
are excited for this next month. Hopefully we'll see lots of you guys in that coaching. I might do it just to,
Yeah,
know,
and we're
yeah.
super excited
That's
about
okay.
this because we know that people relate to different coaches. We've brought in Rick Ray, who's done some teaching. He's going to come back in August. If you wanted to, you could coach with Rick, but he lives in Boise. It's really good in his experience. He lives in Boise. You could coach with Andrew Anderson, who we brought in, and he's doing coaching
He's
now. for-
great. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and he's come and he's spoken at our office a few times. But this gives us somebody in the office. That's a completely different experience when you can sit down with someone and you can talk and they know you. And I think the recollection is better. The experience is better. And so this gives us a very affordable with a top star coach that we were lucky to snag. And, I'm just really excited about this because I feel like this is the missing piece that we've wanted in the office for people that need coaching. And I can tell you, are you coaching still?
Yeah, we're doing, my pleasure maps.
You're coaching with Maps. Cameron has a coach. Like our top producers in our office have coaches, folks. There's a reason that you have a coach. And what we have with Ramona is someone that is a top star coach that's creating an affordable small group coaching session for people that you can advance yourself just right here in the office. And it's about as efficient as you can get, and it's affordable. And you should be doing this right now, because as the interest rates start to come down, guess what's going to happen? Do you think we've had some pent up demand as rates have gone up?
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah, lots of pent up demand, and it's going to unleash when the rates get down under 6. And that could be, I don't know, a month, 2 months, next year. We don't know, but it's fairly likely they'll come down pretty quickly. And when that happens and the market is going crazy, if you still have the same exact habits that you did, guess what will happen to your business? It will perform the same way. So this is a chance to change the way you do things, change your mindset, to change. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm just agreeing.
I
Like,
thought you
yeah,
meant that.
yeah, no, change the way you look at things, the things that you look at change, right?
Yeah.
You change, no, you were on a roll. It was good. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, it's so true. It's because, when you think of, you were mentioning just the top people in this, but you look at any top industry, My favorite example is Michael Phelps. Like, how many gold medals does this guy have?
15,
Yeah,
did I hear?
50, yeah. Do you know how many coaches he has at any one time? He has,
That's a good example.
yeah, he has up to 10 coaches. 8 of them are for mindset alone. That guy did not want to get in the pool every day. He kind of hated it for a while.
23 coaches?
Oh,
Gold medals.
Oh,
yeah.
gold medals. Oh, okay. That's
Yeah. And,
'Cause I-
and yeah, and it's, so yeah, sorry, but you don't have to have the same coach always. Like, you mentioned some other great coaches. They are great options too. MAPS has great coaching. Like sometimes you need a different flavor to kind of move it.
Also $1,000 a month.
Mhm.
And so like, this would have been awesome when I was 1, 2, 3 years in the PhD, because I still felt like, I think I still felt like a rookie agent for the first 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
But MAPS was just like, I was not ready to swallow $1,000 a month, but this is super affordable and.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
that. And yeah, that is kind of like that missing piece, right? We have all this like coaching and training when you're brand new, and then there's MAPS, but that's what we're kind of trying to like give better options for
Yeah.
everyone in between.
And
So-
the reason he had 23 coaches is because people communicate differently about different things. And so he's hiring people to make sure that every aspect of his swimming and his mindset and his training and his diet and his sleep and health and everything
Mhm.
is all gold medal performance stuff. And so for us, we can take a cue from the top swimmer in history. You just changed coaches. Do you like your new coach?
I do like my new coach, and I loved my old coach, but it was no longer what I needed.
That's right. And so
Yeah,
this
good
is the
example.
beauty of having Ramona in the office. So thank you for doing this for us.
250.
No, 360, right?
Does it?
You covered it.
You covered it, but we'll correct it.
Yeah,
Correct.
360. 360. Yeah, typo. Oh, yeah.
Turn back in your flyer, we'll get new ones.
Right. I need a coach for grammar.
Oh my gosh. Okay, thank you, Rachel. Thank
Okay,
you,
thank you.
Ramona. We're excited about your
Thank
coaching program, and I hope everyone has a great day. And we'll see you this week at all the things, but especially at the picnic,
Yes.
especially at Dwight's class. Oh, we have so
We
many
got
good things.
tomorrow picnic, nothing Thursday, right?
No, you're.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Oh my God.
I was thinking it's Wednesday.
Yeah. So we have a big lineup Thursday, Friday. Oh, I forgot to talk about PMAR Young Professionals is having a really good event on Thursday. It's a collaboration event of all the affinity groups. So PMAR Young Professionals, the Women's Council of Realtors, NAREP, ARIA for Asian real estate agents, and the LGBTQ Real Estate Alliance are all collaborating to have an event at Pips and Balance on Thursday. So it should be a really fun event. Look it up on the PMAR website if you're interested. I know. It's a crazy week. Yeah.